Sometimes the greatest love stories are not the ones we read in books, but the ones written in pain, sacrifice, and impossible choices. This is the story of Lina and Omar. Childhood sweethearts who grew up in the same neighborhood in a big city. Their innocent laughter echoed through the streets. Their stolen glances spoke of unspoken feelings, and their promises whispered under the starlit sky made their bond unbreakable. But as they reached the age of 21, life dealt them a cruel hand, testing their love in ways they never imagined. One day, Lina's parents received an offer from a wealthy businessman, Mr. Williams, who wanted their daughter's hand in marriage. With their financial situation becoming increasingly difficult, Lina's parents saw this as a way out, despite Lina's heart breaking silently, knowing that Omar was the only man she truly loved. She couldn't defy her parents. She tried to convince them, but they remained firm in their decision. "Love doesn't pay the bills, Omar," her father said. "Security does." The wedding was quickly arranged. Invitations were sent out, and the entire town buzzed with excitement, all except Omar, who found out about the wedding just a few days before the ceremony. Heart pounding with a mixture of anger and sorrow, he went to confront Lina. He found her sitting quietly, her eyes downcast. "Lina, why didn't you tell me?" he whispered, his voice trembling. "I'm sorry, Omar," she replied, tears streaming down her face. "But it wasn't my choice." Trying to be strong, Omar cupped her face in his hands, his thumbs wiping away her tears. "Don't cry, my love. We'll find a way. I promise." But deep down, both knew that no solution existed. On the morning of the wedding, Lina woke up before dawn, her heart heavy with sorrow. As she got ready, she couldn't help but glance at her reflection, wondering if this was truly the right path. Meanwhile, Omar spent the day pacing, his mind racing with thoughts of what to do. He loved Lina too much to let her go, but how could he stop the wedding? When evening arrived, the wedding hall was ablaze with lights. Music filled the air and well-dressed guests mingled, celebrating the upcoming union of two families. But inside Lina, there was only silence as she entered the hall. Her eyes frantically searched for Omar, hoping to see a familiar face in the crowd. To her horror, he wasn't there. Just as she was about to give up hope, she saw him standing by the door. His face was pale, but his eyes held an unwavering determination. In that instant, their eyes met. A silent understanding passed between them. Suddenly, the groom, Mr. Williams, approached, his face beaming with joy. He extended his hand towards Lina, ready to lead her to the altar. However, she gently declined, her gaze fixed on Omar. With a trembling voice, she whispered, "Wait." The room fell silent. All eyes turned towards her. Whispering filled the air as guests discussed what was happening. Mr. Williams frowned, his confusion evident. The bride was supposed to say yes. What was she doing now? Taking advantage of the moment, Omar stepped forward. Ignoring the shocked faces around him, he called out, "Lina, this isn't love. This is a prison. If you walk through those doors, you'll lose yourself forever." A pin-drop silence followed his words. Tension crackled in the air. No one dared to speak. Mr. Williams stood stunned, his face pale with anger. Slowly, however, a smile crept onto his face. "So romantic," he said sarcastically, "but this has nothing to do with love. It's all about money, and your little scheme won't work." Turning towards Lina's parents, he said, "I think it's time for you to leave. Your daughter has made her choice." As he escorted them away, fuming, Omar rushed to Lina's side, taking her hand. "Come with me," he whispered urgently. "Let's leave this place." Without a word, Lina slipped out of her finery and into simpler clothes. She took a deep breath, the weight of her decision settling upon her. Together, hand in hand, they slipped out of the venue and noticed, once outside, Omar pulled Lina into a tight hug. "You did the right thing," he murmured, burying his face in her hair. When they finally pulled away, their eyes met, and Omar, with a shaky voice, asked, "Where do we go now?" Lina looked back at the brightly lit hall, her heart heavy. She knew that their lives had changed forever. "I don't know," she whispered, "but wherever we go, we'll face it together." And so they did. Their journey ahead was uncertain, filled with struggles and sacrifices. But they had one truth that no one could take away from them: A love story written in pain, sacrifice, and impossible choices. A love strong enough to defy fear, family, and fate. And now I ask you, is love worth risking everything for? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such dramatic true stories. See you next time.